Hello, it's me, mayohosko, and welcome back to another episode of Early Morning Mayo. This is episode number 8, and I think until I come out of daylight saving and North America goes back into daylight saving, I think this will be the last episode of Early Morning Mayo because this live stream really needs to be called early afternoon Mayo now, because the local time is 12:31 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon in South Australia. Anyway, first of all, just like to say hello to StreamYard, and I'd also like to say hello to Dan Smith. Thank you for being a loyal viewer, Dan Smith. And before this live stream, I was speaking with the Cajun Yeti, and the Cajun Yeti said that because some of the drama has died down, he wants to get back into the community again. And I see in the comments we have Captain Matt. He says, "Good afternoon, Mayo Hosco. I can't join now." Okay. Let's talk after the stream if you wanna say anything one on one. Let's talk after the stream. Sorry, I'm just yawning because I literally just woke up. I've been sleeping on again, off again for the last 9 hours, so pardon any time I yawn. So the Cajun Yeti wants to be more active again because the drama has died down, and so he said that he wanted to join the live stream gang again, so I added him back in. And as always, he has an invite, and anyone in the live stream gang, they always have an invite. And I better send off links that I am live, and it'd be really awesome if people end up coming up in here. So, and if no one does end up coming up in here, what I'll do is I will switch this view to my computer, and then I'll just run my trains around. Because last time I did that, when there was nothing else to do, Dan Smith and Jody Smith really enjoyed watching that for some reason. So I'm glad that they were able to enjoy that, because I personally didn't, because there was no one to talk to. And something I really don't understand is that only 2 minutes later do people get the notification. Well, actually, only 3 minutes later do people get the notification that I'm going live. Yes, Dan Smith says it was great. And we have Kodiak Bricks in the chat. Hello, Kodiak. Howdy, all. Okay, let me just go to Instagram and send out the link, or send out the links to the live stream, and then that'll go to my Facebook and my Twitter. So I want to say that I am live. And we have Cajun Yeti in the chat. Hello, Cajun. I hope that you're feeling better and somewhat recovering from the flu. Kodiak Brick says that's usually why I do a stream starting early thing. It lets the notification get out so that people don't miss the opening. Ah, that's a good idea. Oh, the internet's down again, Cajun. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god. Okay. Let me go to the group chat. And let me tell all the people in the live stream going that we're live. And let me delete some of my previous messages saying that I'm live because they are not relevant anymore. Yep. Okay. So what I will say before we get guests in here is that I want to say thank you for um 100 followers on Instagram, and also thank you for all of the views I've gotten on my Instagram reels. I only just started doing Instagram reels 3 days ago, and already they've had a moderate amount of success. So thank you for those who have watched my Instagram reels. Because if I go to Instagram and look at the view count, one of my Instagram reels has over 27, or has nearly 2,700 views, and another one has just over 1,100 views. So thank you for all of you people who have watched my Instagram reels. I really appreciate it. I know that some people in this chat right now have watched my Instagram reels, so I want to say thank you. And my phone is blowing up. So I'm just perusing my phone because I got updates, I got notifications here, there, and everywhere. Makro says that he should be able to get on the stream in about 5 minutes' time, which is awesome. And that's good because I have some things that I'd like to discuss about stuff that Makro has been building on his channel. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to Makro what are you waiting for? Feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you open up the description of this live stream and open up the description of every mayohosko video, you'll see that I always have a link for Makro. So if you haven't already subscribed, feel free to click that link and subscribe to Makro. And I made an offer to buy something on eBay, and the seller just accepted it, which is fantastic. And yeah, so sweet. I'm gonna be able to get another purchase off of eBay. I need to hold off on making any more eBay purchases for about a month now because I need to wait for my balance on my debit card to catch up again. Yeah, probably a month. I need to wait. Maybe earlier than that. Maybe 3 weeks. So, what has everyone else been up to? I see that we have how many? We have one, two. We have one, two. We have 4 people in the chat right now, which is fantastic. And because there's 4 people in the chat right now, hopefully everyone's hit that like button, and we have 4 likes. And something I need to do very quickly is I need to test the microphone. 4 likes. And something I need to do very quickly is I need to test the microphone. Yep, the microphone is all good. Okay. So, normally I test my microphone as soon as I get on. Kodiak Wicks says, just recovering and doing some video editing. Ah, that's nice. You know, lately I've been making videos where they don't require editing, and frankly, I've been filming them in that way because I've been super tired doing other things, watching other people's videos that sorry about the yawn, that I just don't have the time to edit, to be honest. And there's been so much sport on, there's been so many TV shows on. Like the Cricket World Cup is going on right now, so I've been watching bits and bobs about that. So I just frankly haven't had the time to edit, but hopefully in December I'll be rejuvenated to actually put in the effort to edit my videos again. And we have Jody Smith in the chat. Hello, Jody. So that means we should have 5 likes on the live stream now. Anyway, we are still waiting for guests to pop up. And if we don't have any guests that pop up in the next 9 minutes, now we have a guest.
Good day, Mr. Mayohosko. How's it going?
Hello, it's been great.
Got a busy week. You're all done university for a while now, eh?
Yeah, now I'm just waiting for my grades to come back to see if I need to inquire about doing extra credit.
Hopefully not.
And there's Tasman Bricks. Hello, Tasman.
Good day, Taz. Hopefully your week treated you well.
Yeah, I saw that you weren't active on social media for about 4 days. You must have been really busy with work this week.
I was out of town, so I was up early. I had to drive an hour and 15 minutes, work, drive another hour and 15 minutes home, so it was long days. I'd literally come home, eat, shower, go to bed.
So you were that drained from all of your hard working.
Yeah, by the time you get up so early, get your day's work done, come home, eat dinner, have a shower, I just didn't have much energy to do anything for the last 2 hours other than slowly fall asleep.
Yeah, I totally understand that feeling, because some days when I go to university, I literally wake up 15 minutes before I catch that Uber.
Oh, wow, get the most that you can. Oh, you're busy. You got Jody up in there. You got Dan.
Exactly.
What
Like,
up, what up?
the Smiths are very, very loyal. And I think the Smiths are very loyal to a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. Kodiak's up in there. Kodiak's
And
loyal
we have
fella.
now Will Harper, so that makes 7. 8 including you and 9 including me. So
Nice.
it's
What
a
up,
whole
Will?
party. It's a whole party going up in here. So thank you for everyone who's tuned in so far.
So what'd you get
Well,
up to
actually,
this
10 if you
week?
count StreamYard.
What'd you get up to this week? You get any new builds done? Parts sorted?
Really, the only thing I got done, which is what you caught the end of, is I finished building set 76185. That's really the only Lego thing I've done, really.
Oh, wow.
And yesterday, I think I remember this name before. Hello, Amanda Polinsky. I think I've seen your name around some of my live streams before. Thank you for coming along.
Nice. Good day, Amanda.
Yeah, so really after I finished building set 76185 live before the NFL, yesterday night, last night I Well, you get a lot of extra pieces. Oh yes, that's where I've seen your name before. We're friends on Instagram, me and Amanda.
Nice, another
So
Australian.
I guess I'll do a quick plug. If feel free to go and follow Amanda Polinsky on Instagram. Um, so last night I was putting some of the extra pieces that you get from the set on the build because there's a lot of the one by ones as always, but there's some really interesting one by ones. Like you get an extra of the pearl gold, a nano figure. You get another one of those. Actually, I think you get a couple of those weird hexagonal shaped trans iridescent um weird things. I'm not exactly sure what the element is called, but if someone knows what I'm talking about, feel free to tell me the name in the comments below. Um, and you get extras of some of the horns and within the Spider-Man web blast pieces. Not all of them are used on the build, so I found some ways to use them on the build by using some of the one by one round tiles with the mini peg hole to connect them, and some of the one by one round plates with um the hole with the open stud. I found a way to connect them to the one long bars of some of the web pieces just to use them because that's what I like doing. I like taking the extra pieces and finding ways to use them, like some of the rock work at the back of behind the portal or whatever, where one of the pearl gold nano figures are. That's like hidden inside of the rock work. There was some spares of those one by one cheese slopes, so I was able to use a lot back there.
Nice.
And we have bricks with Justin. Hello, Justin.
Good day, good day. I like using the one by ones for underwater detail, like coral reef stuff or plant life or right on, right on.
Yeah, because like I was watching some of the videos I've missed out on because I've been so busy with university from people like you and um um and I still need to watch videos from um Clicking Cliff and who else? The Cajun Yeti, and I've been watching some more of Sloth Bricks or Brick Sloth. Um, I've been catching up on various people's videos for some stuff that I've missed out on.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
we
you
have
binged
Brett
mine.
Builds. We have Brett Builds in the chat. Hello, Brett.
Nice. How's it
Hashtag
going, Brett? What
discussion.
up? Yeah, you binged mine. Now I gotta put in some work to get caught up on those comments.
Yeah, and
I
so
appreciate it.
uh, and like particularly you and Brick Sloth are people who, when in doubt and when bored, I'll always go to you guys first because
Nice.
um like you just make interesting videos as a whole, and
Hey, I
Brick
appreciate
Sloth
that.
um and Brick Sloth I think has made less than 300 videos, so I've been on a quest to watch every video that Brick Sloth has ever made because there's not that many.
That's pretty cool.
And if you haven't subscribed to Brick Sloth,
It's
Brick
a
Sloth has
loyalty.
a really awesome sitting, and I'm only about 50 videos in or something, and the development of that city just keeps getting better and better every video. And apparently,
What up, Kodiak?
with the videos that Bricksloth has made recently, there is actually base plates in that city. Because for the videos I'm watching right now, all the buildings are just laid out on plates, like the big chunky plates. And so there's no defined roads with the road markings from actual road base plates. So I have a lot of videos to watch, and hopefully both with Bricksloth and the Hauling and Bowling podcast, I'll be able to watch every video on their respective channels by the end of the summer. And Kodiak Bricks says also, I'm free if you'd like another guest. No pressure, of course. Yes.
The more the merrier.
Yes, I'd be more than happy to invite Kodiak Bricks. I just need to see if yes, there we go. I just need to share the invite with Kodiak, and actually, when we get Kodiak up in here, I'll ask Kodiak if Kodiak Bricks wants.
He's won $1 million. Shazam! What up, Rick? Happy Friday to you, buddy. Mayo, I don't know what you're putting in your sauce, but you got a full house up in here, full meal deal. I'm coming to you live in 4K.
Invite to Kodiak Bricks. Oh, we have all bricks count.
60 frames per second.
Shazam! And Old Bricks Count says, I'm coming to you live in 4K at 60 FPS. Well, StreamYard only lets me stream in 720p.
When it rains, it pours.
And I'm pretty sure that the default frame rate for the free
Yes,
version
sir.
of
Happy Friday, Rick.
StreamYard is only 30 frames per second. And and there's Kodiak Bricks.
Howdy, y'all.
Hello, Kodiak.
So you had a question for me?
Yes. Well, I'd like to ask you, if you want to always get the invites to every mayohosko live stream, would you like to join the live stream gang?
Yeah, I can't say I'd particularly mind. But yeah, my schedule's sort of the primary thing.
Yeah, because like I have about six people in the live stream gang right now. I never expect anyone to come in, so I don't put any pressure on people.
You just get
Normally,
notified.
I only get
Oh,
one
yeah.
guest per live stream, so it's not like I'm forcing everyone to come in every live stream, because I respect that people have their own schedules.
No, sure. And in that case, yeah, feel free to toss out the invite, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, because like I created the live stream gang, and all Wix counts as.
Gotcha. And actually, before I'm gonna do a thing real quick. Hang on.
Marshall, shut up! I'm trying to live stream down here. Sorry, it's just my cat.
I just sent you an invite to the live stream all Wix count. Oh,
There we go.
That cat, I tell you.
Sorry, I just don't like that like OBS swirl.
That's funny.
Oh, and all Wix count says that
Meow. Wow. Give her a rattle. and roll the tongue, but I can't roll my R worth of crap.
No.
Yeah, that's not happening with me.
Mm.
You getting silent now, Mayo?
Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
so I always ask permission
Hello.
before I add people to the live stream gang because I don't want to prematurely add people and then they get bombarded
Oh, I
with
appreciate that, man.
notifications, and like if people don't take advantage of the live stream links via StreamYard, or if they've just got a scheduling conflict or anything, like I totally respect if they leave, because if they leave the group because if you don't have time to come into the live streams, then there's really no point you getting all of those notifications for something that you're not going to be a part of. And B,
Sure.
I respect that everyone has their own schedule and everyone has their own life, because I have a schedule and I have my own life. I've
Naturally.
made decisions where I couldn't be available for certain YouTubers, and YouTube is a two-way street.
Mhm.
And so if I have that mentality, I respect other people for having that same mentality, because life comes before YouTube.
No,
So that's
means.
my
No, it doesn't. My YouTube comes before your life. Subscribe, like my materials. No, I'm just
That sounds something like the Cajun Yeti would say, because YouTube is his life, really.
If you got the time, why not? Yeah, if you got
Yeah,
the time.
like I hope that I'll be able to do some volunteer work over the summer, so that I can further build my resume, because I tried applying to a bunch of department stores for work last December, but they
Gotcha.
all rejected me, and I'm thinking that's because I didn't have enough on my resume. So I'm thinking if I do 3 months at least, or maybe even 4 months of volunteer work over the summer, and um I work at least 3 days a week at my local Salvation Army,
Mm.
maybe that'll be enough to make my resume look attractive, so that when I go and fill out applications with attaching my resume, people like Kmart and Big W and Target will actually look at me.
Oh, Kmart. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, well, because Kmart US and Kmart Australia are owned by two different corporations with two totally different business models.
Right. One clearly superior to the other.
Yeah, because I think Kmart Australia has taken a lot from the playbook of both Walmart and Target US.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm beginning to see a trend in Kmart Australia, the Walmart and Costco business model. We sell everything, so buy from us.
Sure.
I'm beginning to see that because they've expanded into a lot of new departments over the past half decade.
Yeah,
Will
I've
Harper
been
says
Kmart
Kmart
forever.
here in Maryland is gone, so it says, yeah, Sears died a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
Sears
didn't
is
know
been
that
gone.
Will Harper
Yep.
was from Maryland. Interesting to know.
Interesting to know. I'll be right back. I got to grab some a project to work on and something from my truck.
Yeah, no sweat.
Back in like 2 minutes.
We'll be here. So I got a question for you, Mayo, and if it's too personal, feel free to not answer. the Mayo jar that you have as an avatar, is it misaligned on purpose?
No, it's just that it's a screenshot from the internet. If I'm being honest.
Gotcha. Because I'm not gonna lie. If it was like off kilter on purpose, that was gonna be hilarious. And
Yeah.
like it doesn't bug me, or I guess I should say I shouldn't let it get to me, but I notice it every so often, and I'm just like, oh, did he do that on purpose?
Yeah,
Next time, just say
I
yes, I
put
did.
in. I think I put in slightly more effort on my YouTube profile
Mm-hmm.
to be straight, but like with my Facebook, with my Twitter, with my Instagram, with my StreamYard, with my no, not with my LinkedIn, because
Yeah.
that's my face looking like a dead-eyed criminal. With some of my
Howdy, big
other
Nate.
with some of my other websites, I just chucked up a screenshot from the
Yeah.
internet
And I mean,
and didn't care if they were off kilter. But you know what? I honestly, Kodiak, I could imagine someone with OCD asking me that question. And
again,
we
it's
have
not
Big Nate Bricks. Hello, Nate.
indeed, and Will Harper pointed it out too, and yeah, now everyone in the chat's gonna notice it.
Yeah,
So
because
you're welcome,
everyone,
everyone.
even if they don't have OCD, are gonna be like, "Oh, that's off. That's off kilter." It's just like that time.
Just slightly, and that's part of what got me. It's like it's just slightly enough that it almost looks on purpose.
Yeah, it's just like that time when Briggsar was doing a live stream. When he was walking around his Bricklink store, someone in the comments said, "Hey, you do realize that all of your other stack-ons are grey, but you've got one blue one."
Uh-huh. That's fantastic.
Yes, the iPhone 13. I apologize if anyone can hear my noisy family in the background.
Oh, no sweat. Like as we stated, life comes first, man.
Clearly, they don't remember, or they don't give a damn that I go live at this time, even though I tell them every single fucking week.
That happens.
Will Harper says in my sarcastic voice, "Thanks a bunch, Kodiak."
You are most, and I must reinforce, most welcome.
I guess. Wait. I guess Ulbricht's count must be just loading up his computer. I guess.
He's doing his thing.
What's weird in the comment? Actually, I totally forgot. Need to put that ticker tape up. That was my bad. What else? Oh yes. What I need to do is actually I need to set up my computer anyway
Sure.
because I need to finish putting the stickers on set 76185.
76185. Row 10. I
Yes,
know what that
exactly,
is
Jody. It is
until
a
I
meme.
finish typing it in. Spider-Man superhero. Neat. Okay. This looks rad. All right.
Yeah, so while I'm loading up my laptop, and I think this is the first time that I've had Kodiak Bricks on one of my live streams. Do you have any social media to plug, and do you have any projects on your YouTube channel that you've got going on right now?
That's yeah. I will put, I guess, my first and strongest foot out there. I wrote a book. However, in 10 days, I'm gonna take it down. Because I did a live stream where I read the first few chapters, and I published it about a year ago. And honestly, in reading those few chapters, I was just noticing stuff that I wrote and never did anything with. So I want to redo the whole thing.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna do that. But that's, I guess, my first thing. Otherwise, yeah, just my YouTube. I made a Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. I keep getting notifications on it, and I want them to stop. As far as projects, I do kind of a mix of like Lego instruction tutorials on like how to use Studio for people who are kind of brand new to it. I will caution the audience to particular things. A, my content is not intended for children. And B, my method of teaching is I don't like to be dry. So I sort of get the information that needs to get across with a comedic, twist. And if that's not your thing, maybe my channel's not for you. Otherwise, I do gaming stuff and just kind of stuff I want to do.
I think it should go without saying that all of our YouTube channels are not made for kids. And if you are a child under the age of 13 right now, you shouldn't be watching this video, and instead go do some homework instead.
Homework, chores, there's plenty of in fact, there's an entire section of this website that's dedicated to just you guys.
Yeah.
we pushed you all over there. Maybe stay on that side of the fence. I don't know.
And we have Old Bricks
Not
Count.
your dad.
Shazam.
Howdy. Shazam.
Shazam.
Out of curiosity, is that the like superhero reference or what? What's the dig with that?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No. Okay. So the origin of me saying that, it started out as a typo. Apple auto-corrected on my old phone.
Uh-huh.
I typed it into somebody's chat. Someone who had never even noticed I was in their chat or whatever, never batted an eye at me and liked it. They were a fan of the character or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I got a reaction out of them and started a conversation. Then it just became something that I would say. And sure enough, I could get almost every YouTuber anywhere to say it. And then it got even better if I put the lightning bolt in front.
Huh.
So it just got associated with me in a big way. I've even started saying it in videos now. Short of actually using a lightning bolt and saying it, which I'm afraid I'm going to get a C&D for.
I mean,
I don't know. Hey,
maybe
I've gotten harassed for less than that these days. So
fair enough.
I mean, I still got YouTube on my butt for a bunch of videos. I got a copyright troll bugging me for audio on videos where I have no audio. Talk about having no case, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for it all to get settled, but that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, YouTube's copyright is a bit of a blight. I'm lucky enough to have not had anything of that nature. And,
like I got no problem with a legit claim if I've used a track or an audio, and I know like the algorithm, especially with the better microphones I've used as I've gone along, like it's picking up stuff in the background, like TV shows, movies, music. Hey, absolutely. If it comes through and it's clear, you want to nail me? Okay, I'll take it down, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, to go after me, especially on videos that have no audio, are you kidding?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the claim, audio. It's like
who have nothing better to do with their sorry, hollow, empty lives.
Yep.
Money grubbers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. To go after a little D-list guy like me, right? Right, Makro?
Yeah, exactly. D-list YouTubers down.
Yeah. I tell you, Mayo, I can't believe you got this.
Sorry.
Who's echoing?
No worries.
That's me.
On your own stream. Oh, nice.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. Look at the crazy size of these phones, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
yeah?
iPhone
Look how
7?
big this look how big this thing is. I actually regret not getting the iPhone 13 mini
tablet.
now.
Yeah, I think my
not
wife,
getting
we're
the
going to be
mini.
looking at a new one for her, and I think it'll be the mini because
like
she can't hold this big phone.
This thing is probably at least half an inch bigger than the iPhone 7.
It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I have a theory as to why, and I'm not sure if I should share it.
Too late.
Why that it's bigger?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything's bigger in Texas, right? I don't know.
so I've been told.
It's funny how we were trying to get. I remember the days of the brick phone, right? I had an old clarinet, the big brick with the antenna. So I remember those days, and I had the Nokia, I don't know, 3310 or whatever it was, and that was a heavy candy bar phone.
Oh yeah,
But,
absolutely.
It's funny where we're going. We're going completely the wrong way again. Big and heavy. Like this is super heavy.
And it doesn't
I
even
went all
last
out
as
too.
long.
I admit I went all out on that one, but
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it already. But
That is a rad build, Mayo. I like the look of that.
Yeah, this is just set 76185 is all.
nice.
So if you
Nice.
guys want to
So Amazon screwed me again, eh?
How?
There's a bunch of sets I had pre-ordered over the last few months, and the oldest of which they bugged me about it and stuff, and then they just took it off. It's like that's one thing I hate about Amazon. Like pre-orders are great, especially if I can get in. I got in the first 5 minutes in August, and now I'm left with nothing. But I pivoted real quick. I checked Amazon US, Amazon UK, both of which had it, but I didn't like the additional costs. So then, of course, I checked Walmart Canada. Then I checked Toys R Us. Toys R Us had it. So I put in the order. 6 to 10 days, I'll have it. I was going to pick it up in the store, but they won't actually ship this item to the store. So it's like, okay, whatever. As long as I get it, I don't really care how long it takes.
I guess the fact that they hooped you.
And they keep doing it. Like if I deal with Toy Wiz or Big Bad Toy Store in the States, I pretty much always get the item if I pre-order it.
Sure.
So it's worth the extra $5 sometimes, but
see
Amazon-
that's the problem. You shouldn't have to pre-order just to get reassurance that your package is going to get shipped.
it's but with certain product like Mega Constructs where distribution is still piss poor, it's getting better. It's absolutely getting better, but it's still not great. And if you're a collector, I'm not going to be a completist. That just isn't going to work. But where there's definitely some things I want, or at least I want it day one-ish, I jump through some of these hoops, but it's really horrible.
Yeah, why get a guy's hopes up? Why not do pre-orders?
Well, and the other thing is, like, I will take the pre-order, and I see something else come along, and I say, well, I've already got a pre-order, I'll wait. Sometimes I miss out. And it's like, I don't want to miss out, because I don't want to have to pay, aftermarket value on anything. Those days are over, If I can't get it first run, I really don't want it. Because there's nothing about any of these bricks that screams, oh, I need to pay more just because it's now out of print or it's not on retail shelves anymore. It's like, no. I want it first time around.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's how I am with some stuff.
This build in places is so flimsy.
Well, it doesn't help you're building it on a Tupperware lid on your bed.
Yeah.
that
The
might do it.
support's just not there.
Yeah, that doesn't help, but I'm not going to build this on the floor because it's not big enough for me to do so.
Yeah, I was going to say, relating to you, Rick, I had a firearm purchase about 4 or 5 months ago that went similar in a frustrating direction. So I feel your pain.
These are first world problems. Boo hoo,
Oh,
I
no,
can't
totally.
I can't be the first Canadian in Canada to get this set. Okay, I guess I'll have to wait 10 more days. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but my rebuttal to people who
Hold
say,
on.
"Oh, it's a first world problem." Well, yeah, it is. The reason we complain is because as first world people, we expect better.
Well, yeah.
If
That's true.
we're not expecting better, then we're letting the standards of life decrease.
Sure, and
I mean,
give
look
me
at all
malaria.
the
I'll be
crap.
fine. I'm not a coward.
I mean,
That was
look
a
at the
joke.
way
That
that
was a
Joe.
joke.
I mean, not to get involved in international politics or anything, but
Mhm.
look at the way that sleepy Joe Biden has made treadmills a meme.
Sleepy Joe Biden.
Yeah,
I still think the one of him falling down the stairs is pretty good.
He's
like
just a
I'm
creepy
really
guy.
only like
Yeah,
when it comes
can't
like,
argue that.
when it comes to all of the mistakes that he's made, I'm only interested in the memes that Fox News makes out of him.
Not a fan of Fox News, but I follow your logic.
I'm not a fan of Fox News, but because I'm an open-minded person, I always like to hear opinions from both sides before I come to my decision.
Sure.
Because I think if people only watch the stuff that they believe in, then they're not getting. I guess the best way to say it is a real dose of reality. Because
dude,
if you're
it's
a
a left
closed-minded
eye.
person, you're never going to consider the other side. And
Sure.
Yeah.
like I always like to consider the other side, so
Like
I
the
can
dark
make
side?
a better informed decision.
Well, only cis.
Mayo's a witch.
Witch, she's a witch.
A
But no,
Wiccan.
it's a left eye,
warlock.
right eye
There you go,
thing.
warlock.
Where if you're only paying attention to one, then you got no depth perception. So it doesn't do anyone any service to just focus on one.
Exactly, because I think the biggest mistake
The world
anyone
doesn't
can
live in
ever
just
make
one.
is to say
Yeah.
that they've got no is to say that they can't identify any flaws about themselves. Because if you can't
Completely.
identify any flaws about yourself,
What's a flaw?
then that means you've got no self-awareness about yourself and the situation around you. Like I'll be the first one to say that I have made a lot of really dumb choices in my life, and I've modified my life and changed my ways so that I don't make those dumb decisions anymore.
Sure, that's an important way to live. I'm dubious of anyone that claims to be perfect.
Yeah. Like, I'm totally perfect. No. Okay. These stickers over
Hold it, I'll just
the
keep my mouth shut.
2x2 corner tiles are kind of a pain to put on. But to be honest, I don't care if these stickers are straight because I'm not going to have this on display. I only bought the sets. I only bought set 76185 for the pieces, and I'm only building this just so that I have something to do on a live stream.
Fair enough. As to your question of what flaws, Macro, how much do you want me to overshare?
Of what? Flaws of what?
Just flaws I have, flaws in general. I don't know.
Oh no, we're all humans. It's pretty self-explanatory
Well,
for the most part.
I'm sure.
Fair enough.
Screw you guys. I'm perfect.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure.
This we
I'm
know.
sure that. I'm sure that Doc.
Oh, so you got my
Samson-
Twitter message, did you? You
You
got my
did.
tweet. Richard's perfect.
I'm sure that Doc Sampson can tell Macro Bricks all about the glug glug.
I could tell you all about that too. I don't need Doc Sampson to rejog my memory.
There needs to be a virtual news episode 2 when Macro Bricks falls asleep. No, is actually just looking for a random Lego piece upstairs for 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 17 seconds.
That's funny. Insider tip mail. I could be a virtual news 3 days a week.
See, that's admitting that you've got That's admitting that you've got a flaw.
Well, that one's
Well, I
pretty
don't know
hard
about
to
that,
hide now,
because
isn't it?
I think it's admitting he's got an interesting story to tell.
Yeah, like there's a
don't think
lot
it's
of
a
juicy
flaw.
stories behind that, inside of that can of worms. Or should we say that can of glug glug?
There you go.
Nice.
Such as everyone has a story to tell. Mine's just that one.
Yeah, like I deliberately don't drink, so I never have a story to tell.
No, you got a different story to tell.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah,
different life
I've got
experience.
different stories to tell because
You went
when
down a
someone-
different path.
because like when some people can talk about their experiences with alcohol, I can talk about my experiences with mayonnaise.
Whoa, dude.
I
Let's keep it PG.
yeah, full disclosure, if I'm at a party and I hear that line verbatim, I'm putting my finger against the lips of whoever I was talking to before, turning my attention 90 degrees and going, you have something to say, and
You
I
have
need
a
to
story to tell.
You
have my
and
attention.
me, we're going home.
Because that's the thing. I'm a writer, so people that have stuff like that, I'm just like, yes,
Yeah.
content.
Oh, that's funny.
And one of my stories is that I really like dunking things in mayonnaise, and I wonder if a disco wants to dunk any of his chicken nuggets in my mayohosko.
Oh, that's funny.
I like the lack of distinction between just things and edible food products.
Oh, it writes itself.
I got 2 extra tool pieces. I wonder where I should put
Yeah.
them. Actually, what I'll
Yeah,
do.
oh god, what is that
take the
guy's
tool out.
name? What is it? He's like he does the damn, why am I drawing a blank? Oh yeah, because I've been up since 3 a.m. What is his name? It's gonna kill me. He does the like Flex Seal and Flex Tape commercials.
All I can picture is he's like a bigger, dark-haired guy.
Yeah, he like slaps the tape on the side of the like
Like a
drain
Willie
thing.
Mays kind of guy?
Yeah, he's very like Billy Mays energy if you just
Okay.
turned him up to 11. I'm
I'm not
What?
good with names. So
it's
I can
gonna
tell.
kill me now. I gotta
Google it.
look it up. Yeah, I have to.
Like it's gonna kill me when I
Unless
don't
anyone in the
remember
chat,
one
I
name.
call upon thee if you can.
Mayo,
type
how
faster.
come you don't know this one? What's his name?
Because I don't think I've ever seen that North American commercial.
No, who is the Flex Tape guy?
Now you got some homework.
Flex Tape guy. Phil Swift. Okay. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Phil Swift.
Never heard of him.
In one of his demonstrations, he will he like dips a bunch of power tools into some like Flex Seal to create this like rubber grip for them effectively.
Yeah.
And the moment you said that, Mayo, I just imagined you doing that with a jar of mayonnaise.
Oh hell no, hell no.
What up, Miss Cajun Yeti? Just turn
Oh,
around
no,
and I see this in the chat.
I didn't miss Cajun. No, not quite Billy Mays. It turned out it was Phil Swift, but thank you.
What is
I
it?
get very Billy Mays energy if Billy Mays contracted rabies. Is
Well,
I think,
Wow.
the
if we're
best
going
way
to
of
be
describing.
talking about energy, we must remember to mention energy Ellen's energy adventure at the Epcot Center.
This one's new to me.
You guys check out the Titanic I finished.
Oh, wait.
I'm not sure. I'll have to drive down to like Florida or wherever he is. And
How many pieces is that one?
Under 500.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty cool.
No joke, 14 inches.
Nice.
So that's what it looks like, eh?
I'm gonna put these spare horns inside of this dark brown barrel piece, just because there's nowhere else to put them.
You're never gonna find those again.
Oh, I will when I take the set apart and I put it in my
That's true.
drawers, ready for making mocks. So yeah, and there's the whatever strange creature this is that I'm guessing was made by Doctor Strange.
Well, I got hints in the name, I guess.
Did you place an order for your Black Falcons, Mayo?
Yes, I called customer service yesterday because I thought it might have been at the post office, but then the customer service call center person, which was in the US, but last time it was in Australia, so I don't know why the hell I got redirected to a North American call center when we have call centers in this country. I don't know why.
Because all
She
two
said-
people employed there must have been busy.
She reminded me that all the bricks and pieces orders have to come from Denmark, and that my dots were able to come from the warehouse in this country.
You want to know what's weird about that? So if I order bricks and pieces, it takes almost a month. But if I order replacement parts, if I order bricks and pieces, it takes 14 days. But if I order off the pick-a-brick wall, it takes a month.
Yeah, that's another reason why I prefer to shop from bricks and pieces rather than pick-a-brick. And also, doesn't bricks and pieces have more parts variety?
Yeah, but sometimes they're more expensive. If you can find the exact same part on the pick-a-brick, a lot of times it's a couple cents cheaper.
I didn't find the Black Falcons minifigure pieces on the pick-a-brick.
No, not on pick-a-brick. That was specialty pieces like that. You definitely have to go through bricks and pieces.
Exactly.
But let's say I'm impatient and I want 1x4 plate. I mean a 4x4 plate.
For your mills.
Yeah, if I can find them on bricks and pieces and on pick-a-brick in the same color, usually they're going to be cheaper on pick-a-brick for some reason.
Sorry about the shaky cam.
No worries.
So this is.
Oh yeah, who's the glug now, eh?
Let me
Shaky
just.
cam.
So there's the set. I know it's hard to see.
It came with that purple base plate, or
no, this is just the top of a steel light container.
okay, my bad.
So yeah, now for the second half of the live stream, I'm gonna open some dots.
Oh, you got Spider-Man giving her there.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to do with the minifigures because if anyone wants to reach out to me and try buy these Spider-Man minifigures, I'd be more than happy to sell them to you, to be honest, because I'm not interested in the Spider-Man minifigures. So I've got a Spider-Man blasting his webs at Doctor Strange, who just got off the red couch. I got MJ holding the camera and using one of the Spider-Man web blasts as a shield, so to speak. And I can't remember the name of the male. Let me see if I can find the box.
That's a solid setup. I like it.
Well, that's pretty sweet, Will.
Whatever his name is, I've got him at the
That's funny.
computer.
This Cajun Yeti, that's funny.
This box got a little bit flattened. That's not good. Wong. Yeah, I got Wong at the computer.
You got storms down there that's making your internet go in and out?
Nope, the storms passed yesterday,
Oh, sorry, Miss Cajun Yeti there.
so it's clear skies outside. But I could only imagine the storms that are going on in Louisiana and the bayou right now.
It's a little cloudy out here right now. I'm alright with that.
So I'm gonna take this off to the side, and I'm gonna open some decks.
On your note, Will Harper, we actually had a company meeting, I think last Friday. For anyone that doesn't know, I repair ATMs for work, and part of our meeting was a giant safety brief talking about how during the holidays people get more desperate and we got to keep our head on more of a swivel and etc. And I don't know if it's bad that the first thing my head popped to was the UCS ATAT fund and someone trying to mug me over one of those.
I could see that happening. So you got any insider tips on how those machines work, or?
I sure do. Nothing I can share, but I have it. No, I will lend the insight that it is actually shockingly easy to break into an ATM.
You just have to know the secret lock code key technique.
No, not even necessarily. You know, plasma cutter, shape charge, all that stuff will do the trick.
Oh, that's funny.
The thing, as it were, is that the stuff you're after is measurably more sensitive than the casing.
Oh, so you're gonna burn that all the goods up as well.
So
that's no fun.
It's
They
not
thought of that.
getting into the ATM that's the trick. It's getting in while preserving what you're after.
Yeah, they must have thought of that one already.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time in about maybe 3 weeks now that we've had a full window of panelists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm quiet. I'm just bouncing back and forth between my wife and my daughter and you guys.
Oh, no worries. You do your thing.
Normally, I
And-
would have been resting all day Friday, but I was in training, so it's like usually my weekend starts last night. But
And I will say that, yeah, stealing the entire ATM is actually, well, I never recommend anything to this degree, but that's kind of the way to go if you're going to do it.
Good to know. Not that I'm into that.
Some of them do, Will. Some of them do.
well, you're not just stealing an ATM; you're also usually stealing a truck or a van or whatever. Because, well, I mean that whatever vehicle you're going to use to pull that thing out of the wall.
Oh yeah, you've got 10 cameras that got your license plate and your face before you got.
Oh yeah, and every intersection on the way out of there.
You know, granted that they're a good bank, so to say. But yeah, actually taking the entire ATM is sort of the go-to way to go. Which is good for me, being the one that fixes it, because then all I have to do is cut the bolts of where the ATM used to be and
put in a new one.
Plop a new one down, yeah.
That's funny. You ever see the world's dumbest criminals where the guys get off a motorcycle and they're breaking into the bank or whatever store late at night?
Yeah.
And he goes to throw a brick through the window, and there's one guy standing in front of him looking in the window, and he smacks him in the back of the head with the brick.
Right in the back of the head, lays him out with it.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
haven't seen that, but I prefer to watch the third. Actually, now I believe the 40+ episodes of Idiots in Cars by this one YouTuber.
Oh, those are good too.
The Idiots in Cars are really fun to watch because they are idiots in cars. I mean, what could be better?
Yeah, fair enough. Since you've invited me to this stream chat, I'm gonna go ahead and share a picture. I don't know your ability to show it on stream.
I think only the host can share stuff, but I can make you into full screen.
Well, no, Kodiak,
I don't
Kodiak
know
can share. He can share a window. He can.
Hang on.
He can use. He can just.
Oh, sure enough. Yeah, let me. Yeah. So for anyone that's curious, sort of what an attempted break-in looks like, not to tilt my hand before. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So ignore my other messages, but screen.
Can only see your profile
great.
picture.
I know. Give me a second.
You setting it up there, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, I can add that to the stream.
Patience is a virtue, Mayo. Not that I.
So-
I'll put this. Oh no, I can't make that a full screen.
That is what an attempted break-in looks like for anyone that's curious.
Well, it looks like a lot of work.
Well, what effectively happened was they wrenched that top part open over here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. So they wrenched this up, and then they got their hooks in this part of the door, and they tried to drive away. But where this ATM was bolted down, it was just the 2 bolts on the front of it. So the whole thing just pancaked on its face.
Nice.
So,
And they got nothing or what?
yeah, they didn't get anything.
Looks like Dan Smith is going to bed now.
Cheers, Dan.
Cheers.
And we are just past the 1 hour mark. About 53 minutes to go.
Fun times.
Fun times indeed.
Fast times at Buddy Cianci Junior High.
And yeah, thanks again for having me. This has been fun.
Yeah, like I'm always looking to get more guests up in here so that we can have the full window panel.
Oh,
Team
Of course,
Avatar.
it's better. Of course, it's better when we have 6 people, and when I pay for StreamYard, and when I do, when I do a bunch of live streams of me sorting over the summer, we can get up to 9 people.
There we go.
A whole 9 ski.
The whole 9 yards.
There you go.
And you know what?
Oh,
We've
the
got
glory.
a good color palette of profiles right now. Rick
Yeah.
in
I like that.
Rick in the blue, Kodiak in the yellow, Makro in the black and red, and then me in the white.
That's a good one, Will. We've had a few of those happen here too.
Left his license plate on the scene. That's funny.
My favorite one, they tried to back into the ATM to ram it off the platform. Didn't work, obviously, and they drove away, but it left an imprint of their license plate in the side of the ATM.
Oh, that's funny.
That was
My favorites, my favorite clips from the idiots in cars is when the people, I think they accidentally hit the accelerator instead of the brake, so they come
It happens.
they come strolling off the road. First they crash through the mailbox. Second they plow through a bush, and then 3 they crash into someone's window of their house. And it's like, how can you be that dumb behind the wheel?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure some of them
That's all
are
it is,
high
kids.
as well. And but speaking about that, my heart goes out to the people who were impacted by the lives lost with the fiery crash that resulted in Henry Ruggs going at, I think, 156 miles an hour or something in Vegas.
Wow.
I'm thinking he'll be put into jail for at least half a decade now, because the state of Nevada doesn't have any parole periods, so they aren't going to take manslaughter. They aren't going to take DUI resulting in death too lightly.
Oh, somebody's in trouble.
Yeah, and so what's bizarre, well, what's terrible for the Las Vegas Raiders is that both of their first round draft picks from last season, or from 2 drafts ago, have been cut now.
Gotcha. Okay, so I just looked it up because I live in the state next to Nevada, and I had never heard that. anecdote before, or that law. So not that I didn't believe you, I just looked it up, and it turns out that anyone who's been sentenced to be on death row or life in prison cannot be released for parole.
Exactly. So, like, Nevada don't mess around with risking that criminals go back on the street and reoffend if they've been put in prison. They don't mess around with that.
Well, I mean, we do have the highest incarceration rate per capita of the world, so hooray, freedom. If I sound particularly jaded, then
and like I know that
maybe my customer service face is failing
to
me.
that, or the sad innocent people who have been caught trafficking puff for their personal possession, or those people that have been locked up in jail, even in states that have now legalized puff. But they're still in jail.
Full disclosure, I used to be a courier, and
really?
Let me tell you, I find it particularly spicy, so to say, that they have now like legalized, medical distributed marijuana. In fact, my company services some of the ATMs in those dispensaries. But they absolutely refuse to retrial anyone who's in prison for that.
It's not even just medical up here. It's straight recreational. They sell it like whole stores, just like a liquor store.
Sweet.
It's set up just like a liquor store.
And that is why Canada is the perfect country.
And we did start pardoning people. It's taking time. But we did start pardoning people for certain possession, crimes. Not the most serious ones necessarily, but for a lot of people who are in for small time.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I would never smoke it.
Me either.
Or eat it in an edible format unless I had chronic joint pain.
I still wouldn't do that. Up with hope, down with dope.
Oh, and it's
like I've had a lot of joint pain in the past, to be honest, and I think some of that Schedule 4 goodness has honestly done the trick.
When you say some joint pain in the past, were they too small or too big or what?
They weren't chronic.
Well, they weren't chronic, okay.
On again, off again pain. Like I used to get a lot of pain in my wrists, and then I made a lifestyle decision to always keep my wrists straight when I have my hands in the air. And instead of bearing all of my weight when I go to lean over on my wrists, I bear all of my weight on my arm instead.
Nice.
So that my wrist doesn't get bent, and therefore I don't get a lot of pain in my wrists. But for a while, I was going through a bad bout of wrist pain, which, if you go through wrist pain at a young age, that can sometimes turn into carpal tunnel, which is what my mum has.
Ooh.
Right.
I don't ever want carpal tunnel.
And to your point, Will, those people still broke the law. Sure, but what I'm vying for is, at the very least, a retrial. Because as it happens, my tax dollar goes towards, clothing and housing people that are incarcerated. And pardon me for repeating myself, we have the highest incarceration rate per capita in the world. So
that's crazy.
The less I have to pay, the happier a bear I am.
Makes sense.
And also, the more people that are rightfully put away, instead of people who are wrongfully put away, the better and safer society is. Because people who have been wrongfully put away don't need to still be put away.
No, they get into more trouble in there if they're wrongfully put away. They're going to be more pissed off.
Well, imagine what you can learn in jail.
Oh yeah.
Like the sad, like
Night and
before I totally change this conversation, what I will say is that I know some people that well, I knew some people that their situations would probably honestly be better in the safety of prison. How insane that
sure.
is, that sounds, than what they'd be on the streets.
Well, dude,
And
there
that's
are,
bad.
and again, not to derail you. I know you're trying to change the subject, but I have known a not insignificant number of homeless people who have broken the law solely to just spend the night in jail, so you don't have to
Exactly,
deal with
so
the
that
weight.
so that they can
Sure.
actually have a roof over their head,
Yeah,
and the warden will actually give them a jailhouse meal.
Coffee and water.
yeah, they're required to.
Yeah.
Score.
Anyway, I'm just laying out some of these dots and just kind of trying to line them up all in a row, and it's taking me a really long time. So this will probably see me out for the rest of the stream, getting all this stuff lined up.
Nice.
And I'll show you the progress I've got so far.
That's it.
Like there's just a line,
Okay.
multiple lines.
So I
I
ordered
know
from
that a lot
Eclipse
of this
Graphics
stuff-
a while ago, eh?
Huh?
I ordered from Eclipse Graphics a while ago,
Oh, what you order?
and I just got my order as these container ships or shipping containers.
Oh, sweet. Funny. Those look like the Mega Constructs ones. Except
Well,
print.
that is funny because I thought they were going to be like printed on genuine Lego, not sedan toys.
Sluban? Sluban?
SIDAN.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that. I'm very curious about that.
You know, I want to
Definitely
order
some
from.
Asian company.
If only Eclipse Graphics had a branch in this country so that I could order some custom mayohosko torsos for my Sigfig and then send them via mail to people like Edwixar to do Sigfig trades.
Nice.
And I don't think Makro has a Sigfig.
I do.
Oh, do you?
That's my sig fig.
Oh, nice. I've got this digital design. I don't have an actual physical figure.
I've got a digital design as well. And people like Macro Bricks, Cajun Yeti, Venomous Typon, and Captain Matt, when he actually wants to spend the money to get of the benefits, they can see the digital design of my Sigfig on Patreon
There you
in
go.
some of my posts.
Yeah, I'm working on building mine right now, but of course I picked some of the rarest bricks in the world because
Like
I'm an idiot.
I deliberately went with the cheapest bricks in the world because I like the classic aesthetic with a modern twist with a custom torso. But it is so hard to find someone that has a brick and mortar store
Pretty well for
that can make
Right.
that can print up stickers for me.
Well, you
Yeah,
know what
they're-
I had
they're
done
made
when
the trick.
someone wanted us to send in figs. I just sent an all-white minifigure because at the time I was doing the monochromes and I had extra white ones. So I just sent in a white one and they go, "Oh, this is so cool, this and that," and they put it on their figure wall because they hadn't seen just an all-white figure before.
Was
No
it
point-
was
points
it
for
kind of
originality.
like you know what would be cool if you'd used the head from the Nesquik bunny?
You know, basically one of these, right? The white one. I had extras, the white one.
Yeah. The little like chocolate ice cream bars that I picked for my ears, turns out they were only included in some Harry Potter sets from like the early 2000s.
Ooh, yuck.
Yeah, again, because of course I did.
When I
And
play with
according-
Stead.io, I have that problem because I love the open palette.
Right.
And I start playing with something, and next thing I know,
But then you get into trouble when you go
I
to
get into trouble
actually
because I
order
can't actually
stuff.
build it. Yeah.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I've got most of the pieces for it. It's just those. I need those ears. Weirdly enough, I'm having a hell of a time finding those black tile 1x1 studs that's rounded on one side. I
Okay.
need
Oh
three.
yeah, like this gray one.
Sorry, I'm watching stream. I'll come over. Yeah, exactly like that one. But I need them in black.
Dots
So,
packs if you can find them.
Dots packs.
Yeah, if you can find which dots packs have them in, you'll get like 15 per pack or something.
Oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I've just been looking in the bricks and minifigs bulk, and then we have another store, I think like 80 kilometers north of me, that's called Minifigure America,
Nice.
and it's a fun little shop. But yeah, I've been looking through their bulk and stuff, and I found one or two, but I think I need 5 total for the projects I'm working on.
You know, here's a question of the day. How many people have ever been to, how many people in North America have ever been to a bricks and minifigures store?
Bricks and minifigures? No, I haven't yet.
Not that franchise name, but I've been to a used Lego store.
We have one now in Newfoundland, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, there are 3, I think, within 100-kilometer radius of me that I visit pretty frequently.
Oh
Because
wow!
I think there's 3 or 4 in Texas. There's one in Utah. And I think
There's 3.
one
There's 3 in
Pennsylvania.
Utah.
Oh, really? There's 3 in Utah.
Yeah. And they're all near me.
So what's a bricks and minifig store? Is exactly what it is? A used Lego store or what?
It's a used Lego store. People donate bulk, but they also have like a separated section. One separated section usually dedicated to just minifigures. Another section to like wholesale sets. And then behind the counter, they'll usually have like donated full sets or mocks that people want to sell.
And they're donated? Everything's donated?
That's the idea, yeah.
What? Are people crazy?
Yeah, well, in Utah, yes, wholesale, but
Interesting.
yeah, I think the idea is like either people grow up, and especially like the college towns here, it's like, oh, son or daughter is going off to college, they don't need all these toys anymore.
And you know what? We just live right around the corner from Ann Arbor, so
They must have too much money in Utah.
Well, I think a lot of people have a lot of money in Utah.
Certainly not a problem I suffer from.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I could use a little bit more.
I'm very grateful to be in the upper middle class.
Good
So,
for you.
I think I have more than the average person I went to high school with, and like I've got more than the average person who I go to university with.
You lost me at class, Mayo.
So there's a lot to be thankful for, and so like I've made a lot of freelance purchases, and that's how I'm able to fund 2 hobbies, Lego and wooden railway.
Okay.
Because like I could go into a whole like people don't realize that
Just like
people don't realize that Thomas the Tank Engine didn't just used to be for babies. Yes, that was its target market, but when it was made out of model trains, even people like Briggsar, who was in college at the time when TTTE first came out in the US in 1989, he was impressed because of the model making skill to make a TV series with model trains.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2004, what happened, and I blame George W. Bush, is that children's entertainment, there were new rules set in place, and so in order for children's entertainment TV to be available to be watched in the US, there was a push for them to be more educational.
Yeah.
So that's why we
I grew
have
up
shows.
in that generation, homie. I'm a
That's why
byproduct
you
of
had
that.
shows. That's why you had shows like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yep.
How many sides does a square have?
5. I mean 4.
Correct.
And it's like that kind of garbage
Oh,
just gradually decreased the quality of children's entertainment, and TTTE was no exception. I thoroughly hate Hit Entertainment because they ruined a blockbuster franchise. Like,
Right.
I'm also a member of the TTTE community who is very active on who has a semi-major presence on Twitter. There's probably hundreds of Twitter accounts out there
I'm not just a member.
that post about this stuff every day. And one of the biggest jokes that the Thomas the Tank Engine community always makes is that season 5, which was filmed in 1998, is so action packed it looks like it was directed by Michael Bay.
So
that's one of the jokes that they always make because of all the ridiculous stunts that they did, which was so awesome. Like in one of the episodes, there was literally an explosion. They literally had fire on set. And if that fire went haywire and they didn't have the correct pyrotechnics, that fire could have spread to all of the kit bash props that they'd made.
Oh, a bit like San Francisco 1816 all over again.
And it could have burned
just like that.
It could have burned the whole set. And that was
Holy
the
cow.
same episode. That was the same episode that had
They didn't learn their lesson.
a boulder chasing an engine, clearly trying to be Indiana Jones.
Sure.
And ever since 2004, TGTE, for the longest of time, applied that ridiculous 3 strikes writing format, which is just so dumb. Like, anyone who's watched children's entertainment after 2004 should be familiar with the 3 strikes you're out.
Yep.
You mess up one time, then you mess up a second time, then you mess up a third time, and then fourth time's the charm, you finally get it right. That was the most plaguing issue with seasons 8 to 16. Then they got people who actually wrote magazine stories doing season 1 to season 7 to come back on. But then they made the really, really dumb move in 2009 to switch over to CGI. And that's when a lot of people got turned off because they stopped using the model trains because they were now too expensive. And to add insult to injury, in 2009, they switched over from the model trains to CGI. In 2020, they switched over to 2D animation. And is that what Reverend Wilbert Audrey would have envisioned the franchise would be back in 1945, post World War II? I don't think so. It's just an absolute embarrassment. So with all of the degradation of the franchise, I have not cared about it since I actually watched it on TV when I was 2 years old. I grew up with
What did you do?
I grew up on season 5 and season 6 because I was born in 2001. Season 6 started airing when I was 1 year old, and so I watched a lot of season 6 episodes.
Gotcha.
And I kind of got away from it in season 7, but season 7 has a lot of okay episodes, but season 8 onwards, the franchise just went kaput, and I don't have any respect because
Fair enough.
of the push to be more educational. And as the franchise keeps on going, the appeal to adults has gone from, oh my god, how are they able to make
Oh my
a
god.
children's
What up,
TV
Thomas?
show out of model trains to
Hey,
all
Davey.
all the way up to you
What?
today? Oh, it's just a cheap,
you?
cheesy kids cartoon that's the same as every other.
Yeah.
It's like it's a complete degradation. Like back in 1989 or 1984 in the UK, it had adult appeal, and that's why the franchise is still relevant in pop culture, because they were able to get famous people to narrate, like Ringo Starr and George Carlin and Alec Baldwin. And in 2008, they got Pierce Brosnan to narrate the Great Discovery movie.
Gotcha.
Like Pierce Brosnan, former James Bond actor. George Carlin, one of, if not the most famous stand-up comedians ever. Ringo Starr, a member of the Beatles. And Alec Baldwin appeared in movies all throughout the 90s and still is relevant today on a lot of NBC programs.
I would argue very relevant given his recent mishap.
Yeah, like with that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd never see Mattel, who now owns Hit Entertainment, would ever afford to spend that kind of money on a famous narrator ever again. Like, and true story, Hit Entertainment was actually going to get Pierce Brosnan to narrate season 12 and season 13 and another additional movie for the franchise, but some agent at Hit Entertainment told Pierce Brosnan that they were gonna be switching over from the model trains to CGI, and when Pierce Brosnan heard that, he wanted to get out of his contract quick, fast, in a hurry.
Aw, snap booty.
And that's because Pierce Brosnan would probably be the first person to tell you that isn't a part of the production crew that as a famous person, I do not want to do voice acting for CGI.
Sure.
I do if it pays well.
And if Pierce Brosnan said that he is not going to do voice acting for CGI, no other more famous person is going to want to do that. Right. So it's just been a complete degradation, and as the TV series went from something that the baby boomers could be proud of, even as an adult watching the TV series, with how greatly things.
Cheers, Will. Hopefully that goes well for you.
With how greatly society progressed after World War II, all the way up to something that only someone with the brain of a 3-year-old is going to enjoy watching.
Right.
It's like it's been a complete degradation, and as the TV show got worse, the merchandise got worse. And so people will always mischaracterize the franchise as only being made for the target audience. But that's because they've only been saying those thoughts while the TV show has only been for the target audience. Before 2004, it didn't used to be for the target audience.
Right.
So people that say that it is a baby show nowadays, they are completely justified. But if people can make jokes that season 5 was directed by Michael Bay, clearly Michael Bay direction is not meant for babies.
Sure.
Depends how they talk.
So
there was a whole era of the TV series when they first made the switch over to CGI, where everyone literally talked like a communist robot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm on something with that.
Anyway, that's my rant, and so
Fair.
I collect TWR because it's a good product, but I don't collect the stuff that was made during the CGI era because that's all garbage.
Fair
Like,
enough.
Captain Matt gifted me some Thomas Minis.
Mhm.
Thomas Minis are garbage. They are cheap. They are cheap plastic, and also he gave me a push-along Trackmaster that came out in 2019.
Shake of a
That
leg.
is complete garbage, and therefore I will never take it out of its package. And the only reason I haven't smashed it with a sledgehammer is because it was fan mail.
Right. So, at risk of you never talking to me again, how familiar are you with my mocks?
To be honest, I've never watched any of your videos because I only just recently subscribed to you, and I've got probably literally 1,000 videos I want to watch during the summer. And so
Cool.
whenever people come onto my live streams, I always put them first priority of people who I want to watch their videos.
Well,
So now that you've come onto this live stream, I want to make I want to move you up the priority list as a thank you gesture for you coming on.
oh, I appreciate that, but hold that thought, because I'm going to share my screen. And, yeah.
Oh, hello, Thomas Davey.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
This was
I
my
think I had a
first
bad dream that started this
official
way.
mock.
That's cool.
I sort of designed it over a couple of days that was just a haze, for lack of a better term.
That is wicked.
And yeah, they're all genuine parts. I've triple checked and verified that everything here can be purchased. I did the instructions for it. I don't remember doing the instructions for it, but I did. Yeah, so you chatting about like the reverence of, you know, what the creator of Thomas the Tank Engine from back in the 1940s, and I'm just sitting here with my cursor hovering over the share button like, maybe I shouldn't.
Well, you know, it's saying something about the franchise when that 3D animation from a publicly available computer software program looks better than the animation they're putting on television right now.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, so this was
that's
one
how
of my
bad
first
that's how bad
official
things
mocks.
have gotten.
Anyway, I'm gonna put this nightmare.
That's
to
really
rest.
that's really cool, and that's not going to give me nightmare fuel at all.
No. People have asked me if I'm gonna build it, and it's like, gamers, I live in a studio apartment. Where would I go? Like, I can't put it in another room. It has to live with me if I build it.
And I think let me just show something
Sure.
relating to train mocks. A while ago, I built this thing. It's a chassis that is
Okay, yeah.
extended four studs with some 2x6 bricks of the power functions motor, with the IR receiver and the battery box all crammed on top. And
It's compact. I like it.
like the reason I made that is because I was like, you know what, I'm never going to be able to afford the 9-volt because it's just too expensive, and Briggsar discovered that there's a lot of wear and tear over the years. And we have Clicking Cliff, hello. There's a lot of wear and tear that happens with those wires over the years, and they can actually dry
Howdy,
rot. So
Clicking
now
Cliff.
I definitely don't want to take a chance on getting 9-volt stuff anymore. So I'm like, how am I going to be able to create a shunting locomotive? How am I going to be able to make a very small locomotive that doesn't take up a lot of space and doesn't have to be built on a 6x24 starter train base. And I was like, what if I try my hardest to see if I can fit all of the power functions stuff into the smallest space possible?
Right.
So I was able to make a non-bogey chassis that's 6 by, let's count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 studs long, which is 8 studs less. Which is 8 studs less than the smallest train base, which makes the smallest train base 50% bigger.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? If I'm able to not be worried about having to have interior details for the cab or anything, I could theoretically make a diesel shunter where the detail is literally just a shell over the top of the power functions, and I can make something like a Class 08 shunter. Like if I just like kind of do what Bachmann Model Alphys does with their Thomas the tank engine locomotives, not have any interior detail, literally just have the closed cabs being blanked out in either black or dark grey. I'm thinking if I kind of do the Bachmann model train approach, I could get around not having to have interior detail. So I could just have a shell. I could just make a shell and it would basically have a bunch of basic bricks. And I could make a very box-like shunter.
Right.
And I could actually have it shunting around my train yard and some of the sidings I've got near my harbour.
Nice.
And also, if I make another one, I could make a tender for a steam locomotive. And I was thinking, you know what? I think the best shape of tender to make with the chassis, the powered chassis I've made, would probably be the Fowler tender, because where the fireman would shovel the coal from, there's no distinct curvature. It's pretty much just straight up and down. But at the back of the Fowler tender is probably like a 30 degree slope where the water is stored. So I could, and you know, Lego makes 30-degree slopes. So I'm pretty sure I could turn that powered chassis into a Fowler tender, and I could make something like a London Midland Scotland Railway Black 5. And so, and the Black 5 just happens to be what Henry is based on. So I thought if I try and make a BR Black 5 with maybe some red lining, I think that'd make a cool steam locomotive project.
Right.
But if I'm going to talk about steam locomotive projects, I'll just tell everyone to go and watch Hoosier Bricks' live stream, because he's always building fantastic train locomotives.
Right. And not to derail you, pun intended.
Good pun.
But I wanted to address Jody's comment that actually wasn't Alec Baldwin's fault. I see where you're coming from. However, as an individual who works around firearms 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, at no point should that trigger have been pulled. And that's all I'll comment on that.
Because I think the argument was that there should have been an NRA person on site because they know how to handle the gun. But those people that were on set were against the NRA.
So I am also very much against the NRA. They are a awful organization, and their open links to the KKK is not something that I ignore. But shy of getting into politics, you know, I understand a lot of people tripped, so to say, in their responsibilities in handing Alec Baldwin a loaded, chambered firearm. But again, my statement stands. At no point should that trigger have been pulled.
And if they did want to have that trigger pulled, set aside your differences. And if someone has better experts, well, if someone is an expert in handling guns, why not take advantage of that expert who handles guns?
Rick,
Yes, sir.
you're used to handling big guns. We need an expert.
Is that a 14-inch barrel?
Cocked and ready.
I think mine's
Loaded
only
a bear.
3. I think mine's only 3.
Wow.
Some things you don't want to be honest about, Mayo. Some things you got to lie about.
Nothing wrong with compact.
Little white lies are okay.
Okay, so why don't I just say 8 instead then?
There you go.
go.
There you go.
Now you got it.
Because when they find out the truth, it's too late.
I don't know about that.
Well, to
We
be
do
honest,
that.
no one's seen it.
No shame in that either.
Saving for marriage.
Well, I'm not saving. People just haven't hunted it down yet.
You haven't found the right one.
Because I don't want to have to do the chasing. I want people to chase after me, and if no one wants to chase after me, I'm fine living my own life. Like I'm having fun with everyone in this stream, whether you're on the panel or whether you're in the comments right now.
Women aren't into chasing too much, Neil. Usually it's the other way around.
Well, I've been here and there, and full disclosure, I play for both teams, and yeah, it's a little 50-50, honestly.
So,
Well, I don't
chases
think when I'm going out on a date, she's taking me out to dinner. She ain't buying me no diamond rings. She ain't buying me no chocolates.
Well, I'm sorry
Papa's
that
gonna
you
buy
fell
you a
victim to
diamond ring.
a capitalist system.
She ain't taking me to no spa for the day.
And why not? Is my question.
Exactly. Well, why not? Damn capitalist system.
I'm thinking that all of these Series 4 extra dots are set 41931 have all of the same pieces except for the printed emoji tiles.
Aren't they supposed to?
Yeah. Well, I thought they'd be more random, to be honest.
Oh, I
More
got you.
variety.
Like, no, not necessarily more variety, just different
Johnny
quantities of
G.
the same pieces. Oh, we have a Johnny G up in here. Thank you for coming along. This
Is
has been
that
a very
Peach's
busy.
Castle? No, but if that's what it looks like, I'll take it.
This has been a very busy stream today, so thank you everyone for popping in and popping out and lurking, stopping by to say hello. That all helps me out. So thank you everyone.
That's what happens when you get 200 subs, Mail. You're famous now, buddy.
Yeah,
Yep.
and 100 followers on Instagram.
Nicely done.
So now we just gotta target the 50 subscriber milestone at one step at a time.
Now you just got to target your hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of unsubscribed subscribers.
Yeah.
You're golden.
That's why I'm trying to make an effort to comment on more, to be in more be in the comments of the British people's live streams, because like London Bridge Bricks and Cy O'Connor always do fun live streams. So go and subscribe to their channels if you haven't already.
I've been meaning to check out more of their stuff. They stream at weird times, and I work 2 jobs. And it's
Yeah,
hard to-
my problem is I always fall asleep before they go on, because like I was awake at 5 a.m. London Bridge Bricks went live at 6 and I was asleep.
Mhm.
It was like, no, I wanted to watch this because I like to support those people in the UK. But I think the UK for me is the hardest time zone to approach because the North America, a lot of people in North America like Macro bricks when they go live at night. It's early. It's next morning. It's late next morning for me.
Vice versa. So we're laid up over here, and then I watch all the Australian people with my morning coffee. But the UK's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning type deal.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I went live at 12:30 p.m.
over there,
right, in this live stream, for people like Miss Amby, who sometimes comes up in here, and Brett's Builds, who popped in the chat earlier, it would have been 2 a.m. for them. Anyway, I have neatly lined up all of these dots. So let me just. I'm not going to dare hold this up to the camera, but you
is
can
the
see.
Cajun still sick from my 36-hour live stream or what?
He said that he's feeling better and that the drama has passed, so he's going to try to be more active.
The drama.
Like, see all those dots? There they are.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
So I'm going to put this on a high shelf and not bonk this thing.
All the time. Mayo, you just got to make sure that YouTube doesn't retract any of your watch hours. Why would they do that, Jody?
Yeah, the algorithm is a strange beast.
Well, that's why I hope that I don't have to do the live stream bandits and risk them playing copyrighted material. And when I do live stream bandits, just for there to be noise in the background, I don't get copyrighted by default. So one way to avoid me getting copyrighted by other people playing copyrighted music is for me to not be in a position to do live stream bandits to fill the void.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to switch back over to my phone now, and we're going to get on out of here. So if anyone has any social media that they want to plug or any projects that they've got going on their YouTube channels, feel free to let it all out.
Rick, you got anything?
I'm all Brooks County everywhere. Come say hi.
Hell yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, I'm Kodiak Bricks across the board, and if you like some profoundly cursed content, feel free to swing by. No pressure as always.
Nice. Macro Bricks. I'm on Instagram, Discord, YouTube, live streaming usually Saturdays, 7:30. Almost out of 1,000 subscribers. Help a guy out and tweak that like button.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that you've got some projects going on with that Castle Pirates, Mark.
Yeah, it's always a project on the go. It's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger, I think. Now I see what Brett's problem is. He started and just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about that, Mark. Why did you make the decision to combine two totally different eras? That is, the medieval and Middle Ages and the post-colonial settlement.
Because I wanted to do a castle, and then I was thinking, well, a castle with a moat. And then I started thinking, well, how cool would it be if you had a castle on the water and ships were coming in and out, and it was like a trade facility and all that. And I just wanted to utilize all my pirate ships that are just sitting on the shelf. So I figured I'd do a castle pirate mock and make a big whole scene and battles. And yeah, I'm combining the two different eras, but that's the fun of the imagination.
Yeah, because like I had my doubts when you first started it, but as I was watching the videos, you've somehow blended the concepts together really nicely.
I gotta say, unabashedly, that is rad.
Nice, thank you.
Because like
very much.
You've able to combine the details, like the nitty-gritty details of the pirates with the awesome architecture of the castle, and somehow it all blends well together.
The only real worry I had, to be honest, starting was the
heavy book,
armament.
Thomas. Sorry, go ahead.
Was just the armament of the actual castle and the individual minifigures.
Yeah.
Wait, history all happened in the same book. Yeah.
It's a heavy book.
Oh, I like that. Thomas has my back. Good, well put.
Yeah. And so I think I still got a couple more videos from that series I have to watch today, and then I'll be all up to date with the awesome work that you've been doing on that mock, because it looks really detailed. I think my favorite detail that you did is that you put the cannon inside of the rock work at the base of the water.
Ah, yes, thank you. That's a good point. I should make that into an actual series. So instead of having all those videos lost in amongst the library, I should make a series on the castle mock, on the Silent Mary mock, or on each mock that I've done, so they don't just get.
Yeah, because I think if you
away.
put some of those videos into playlists, that'd help out a lot of people who are like only interested in that type of build. Like some people,
Sure.
like a lot of people really like pirates. They don't care about castle. A lot of people who like who like castle, they don't care about city. A lot of people who like city don't care about Star Wars, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I think if you put more of your videos into playlists, I think more people will be drawn to watch your videos, to be honest.
That's a good point. I'm going to take that advice.
Good deal.
Yeah. So thank you, Macro Bricks, Kodiak Bricks, and Rick from Old Bricks Count for coming in to the panel of today's live stream. It's been fun talking with all of y'all, and as always,
Cheers.
it's much
Thanks for having
better.
us.
It's much more fun when we have people in. When we have guests in the chat, rather than just me being solo. Because today I finished putting the stickers on set 76185, and I've started sorting out some of those dots. So I can't get some of the earlier comments, but I know that we had the Cajun Yeti, Mrs. Cajun Yeti, Boette's Builds, Tasman Bricks, Dan Smith, Jody Smith, Will Harper, Oldwick's Count, and Clicking Cliff, Thomas Davey, Johnny G,
Nice.
Bricks with Justin, and if I forgot your name earlier, if you commented, please feel free to contact me via Instagram about that.
Who is streaming next? Somebody better be on.
Yeah. And so, yeah, thank you everyone for coming along. We had a really awesome live stream today. And these live streams are always more fun when I actually have people to talk to. And it was really awesome to talk to Albrecht's Count again. And it was really awesome to talk the first time to Kodiak Bricks on my live stream. I know that I've talked to Kodiak Bricks on, I believe, both Rick's and Mark's live streams before.
I've been around, and you're a good dude, man. Cheers.
Yeah, it was really awesome talking to all of you guys. And as I like to do from now on, I'll have a moment of silence so that everyone can read the ticker tape in the lower third.
I'm done. I think I read it all. Twice.
I'm up and I'm not doing anything. So, you guys are doing anything? Let me know. I'm just taking pictures. That's why I turned the camera off, because I got the bright lights right in front of me.
Well, I'll be going if someone else wants to start one. If not, I don't care. I could too.
I should probably go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9. Let's see, 9 my time, and I've been awake since about 3.
Yeah, I got up at 4:20. I set my alarm for in the morning. Had to drive an hour and 20 minutes for work.
Jeez, yeah. Well, rest easy, everyone. Thank you, Mayo, for having me. It's been
You too, Kodiak. Take care.
absolutely delightful. Thanks to both, Macro, Rick. Pleasure as always.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Is Cajun? Cajun, you streaming? Who's streaming?
Is
Rick, you streaming?
I don't think so. Only because I got nothing. Like I'm not building, and all I'm doing is taking pictures.
I gotcha.
And that was it. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, I'll see you on the next live stream 3 hours before the NFL starts. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and
care.
listening, guys. You have been awesome. End
Cheers.
stream.